Hey guys, this is Oracle Daphne. My name is Beth, and I am back again doing the mid-April 2015 monthly tarot horoscopes for everyone with their sun, moon, or ascendant in my lovely Lammy Puff Scorpios. And everybody's jealous because everybody thinks that sorry, my camera's being weird. Everybody thinks that I give preference to you guys. And, I have a soft spot for Scorpios. But I love everybody. I do. I have friends that are, I have a lot of Scorpio friends, but I have friends that are, all signs, all different signs. So, I don't know what it is. I look forward to doing Scorpio videos because I connect a lot. I do have a lot of Scorpio clients, and I connect a lot with Scorpios, and that just happens to be me. Everybody connects differently, and everybody kind of has their own experience with the signs, and this is mine, So anyways, my lovely Lammy Puff Scorpios, I'm ready to do a reading for you guys. If you'd like a private reading, feel free to email me, elizabetholson31@gmail.com. And for those of you who are looking forward to my sex and relationship videos, those will be out as soon as possible. But I didn't want to piss everybody off because last time I cranked out the sex and relationship ones, everybody that likes my regular deck was like, wow, what's going on? What are you doing? So I'm trying to continue on with the Shadowscapes, and any ones that I do that kind of deviate are gonna have to come second as far as time-wise, because I can only do so many with my schedule and with a high volume of private readings that I'm doing right now. Very high volume. So, which I love. So, like I said, feel free to email me if you want to do a private reading. I am going to be not doing same-day appointments starting in May. It's going to be where, I'm going to have certain times that I'm going to be available, and that's pretty much going to be it. I am flexible very much with scheduling and scheduling a time that works, but I'm also booked out, and I'm trying to be fair for everyone, and so, that's kind of what's going to happen. I'm not going to be doing a waiting list or anything like that starting in May. Basically, it's just going to be by appointment only. And by doing that, I feel like everybody's going to have a fair shot at getting scheduled. And of course, if you were to miss your appointment, then I would try to get you in right away. I wouldn't book you like 2 weeks farther than that out. But I have to be very fair to my clients. So here it goes. So this is the reading for you guys. Anyone with their sun, moon, or ascendant in Scorpio. And I have shuffled. This is what I would call a rather cool reading for you. Normally, you get a little bit more, you get more fire, not fire, because I know you're a water sign, but you get more passion. That's the word that I'm looking for you guys. The word is passion. And it seems to me that you maybe have cooled off a bit, maybe going through a cooling period. Because, this card would come up, the sex card would come up in the recent past, having the hots for some in the recent past, and I call it the sex card, but it can also be having a full relationship, being that blissful mindset, having a one-night stand with someone, hooking up with someone. This is, East Coast style. When you say hooking up, it can be from anything from just a kiss to all the way for a home run. So you can say hooking up with someone is very vague. But you could have just had like a session, where you kind of fooled around. It doesn't have to be full on, So that's in the recent past. So that's how I know this is a Scorpio reading. Okay, that's how you know, because you got to have at least one sex card in there for the Scorpios. And I did not mess with these cards. You see me doing it in the moment, and that's what we've got. So in the heart of the reading, you've got the Ace of Swords. Okay, and the Ace of Swords is using your sword of truth to move on from a relationship or negative people, or cutting drama out of your life and saying, you know what, I don't need this bullshit. I'm going to move on. Thank you and goodbye. It's petty issues. Making the decision after, deliberating for a while to do something different, okay? Usually it's moving away. Usually it's just no longer dealing with the drama. If there's people around you that have been very dramatic, it's just saying, no, thank you. No, thank you. You're just not buying into it anymore, Interestingly, what's crossing you is the Chariot, Major Arcana. And the Chariot is swift success. Those of you who are into sports, this is definite success, for the team you're rooting for. And I'm going to wink here, although I don't make any promises, okay? And if you're doing any kind of gambling, I am not responsible, okay? I'm just saying that now. However, those of you who are watching sports, rooting for a specific team, and you happen to seeing this video on the day of the game, then chances are your team is going to win, okay? Now, this is a general reading, so like I said, do not put money on it because it's from thousands of people. Not everybody's team can win, okay? That's the reality, okay? But it would be interesting. If your team wins, message me. I'd like to hear about it. But this is also riding high with success, good news, could be a new job opportunity, things moving quickly, fast, very fast. The Chariot happens swiftly. Now, this is an Aquarius female. This can also be a Cancer female. This can be also a Scorpio female. So this could be you. I feel like she's also an air sign. Other people have said, well, this is typically a Cancer. Well, I don't see her being as that. So she could be also, I'm going to put it out there, Gemini or Libra. Scorpio males, you may be dealing with her, okay? And Scorpio females, this could be you, okay? So, also, if your partner, is female and you're female, you could be with, this could be a Scorpio-Scorpio combination here. But she also could be a Scorpio-Cancer or Scorpio-Pisces because there's that water sign connection, okay? And it could be also Scorpio-Scorpio for male-female as well. Now, in the distant past, you have this Four of Swords. The Four of Swords, which as you see, it's a girl who's laying down, who's resting, who's sleeping. And this is needing to get more sleep, needing to get more rest, needing to have peace of mind and calm. And the interesting thing is you have the Ace right next to the Four. So to me, it's like this pushed you to a certain point, okay? This need for peace of mind pushed you to say some things, maybe to cut someone off, to give someone the axe, to say no more, because it was causing you some distress. It was causing you some just lack of peace of mind, causing you maybe some anxiety too. And what's coloring the reading is you do need to have more peace of mind. So anytime you meet someone that's really causing you this kind of crazy headspace, that's making you crazy, that's causing you anxiety, they're not good for you, It is time then to cut them out. That's basically what needs to happen. Hang on just one second. I think my computer's caught up with itself. That's good. Okay, sometimes it does weird things. So, okay, so then what's crowning you, interestingly, is the Miser card. And the Miser, as you can see, it's a dragon holding onto some coins. And the Miser I've been really specifying because people have a difficult time with this card. If I say the word selfish about money, people get really, really pissed off, especially if they've donated some money and they donated their time and they don't like being called selfish. So I'm going to say there's 3 definitions of the miser, okay? There's the miser I call the real miser. The real miser is someone who has a lot of money you know, I rolled out an example of $600,000 in one of my other videos, so I'm going to stick with that. $600,000, and somebody's birthday comes up, and they give them $5. That's the miser, okay? Why is that the miser? Because that's someone who is being really not generous, okay? And is holding and hoarding stacks and stacks and stacks of coins, you know? That's, I think, the real definition of a miser, okay? Now, there's also the person that really doesn't have money, okay? They really don't. They're in serious debt, okay? Maybe 30 or 40 grand in debt. Their credit cards are maxed out. They're barely making it paycheck to paycheck. All of their money goes to their bills. There's nothing left at the end of the day, okay? And they're just going more and more and more in debt. That is someone who doesn't have anything. They don't have two pennies to rub together, so they're counting their pennies very, very carefully because they just don't have anything, okay? And then there's the person in the middle who has money, but not a lot. And they're not using it wisely. And I feel like I'm getting a tingle, so I feel like this is the third option, and I feel like it applies to most of you. So most of you are in the position of you have money, but you're being very cautious about how you're spending it. It's not necessarily enough to be giving to others. It's enough to provide for yourself. So this is where the selfish aspect is coming in, because it's just you are providing for you and you alone. There isn't necessarily enough to give to somebody else. So it's not like, when I say the word selfish here, it's not like this is a terrible thing. It's just you're not in a position to be more giving, okay? And you are focused on yourself. You are not being selfless in any way because you can't, because there's not enough. There's enough to provide for you and maybe put food on the table and maybe pay for your kid or your kids, but there's not enough to really go around to the community, okay? This is also dealing with insurance companies, defense attorneys, or anybody that's clinging on, government-wise, clinging on to their money, okay? That you're having a difficult time getting it from them, okay? That's also the miser. You know, it's funny that I was saying don't gamble early on. Really, this is not the last 2 weeks in April. It's not a time to gamble. Okay, this is not a time to go and put large amounts of money down somewhere on some kind of crazy wild investment scheme. Okay, this is crowning you, so I would say the week of the 20th. Avoid specifically. Okay. And even the tail end, I don't feel like at the tail end you should either. So really, basically, until May, I would not do any kind of wild investing, and I would be careful about your money. Now, here's the thing about the miser. The miser, in all three aspects, okay, the person who really is not giving, okay, and doesn't really give a shit and doesn't want to, okay, the person that would be giving but can't because they just don't have, they're just really only living paycheck to paycheck. And the third person who is destitute and is counting everything, and, you know, they're 2 steps away from being homeless, like that song, okay? 2 Steps by, I think, Patti LaBelle. So the antidote to all of this is saying the affirmations. I am abundance. I have abundance now. I have, you know, an overflowing checking account. I have, my bank account is full of money, okay? I have a chest, a pirate's chest of gold coins in my closet. Whatever you want to say, okay? You have enough money to buy the bank. However you want to say it, you say it, you know? All these affirmations count for something in the universe. You can say, I am the channel for money, right? And some of you are going, well, I really don't have that pirate's treasure chest in my closet, okay? And I'm here to tell you that it's the thought. In angelic terms, it's the thought form, okay? Thinking it makes it real. It's a reality once you think it. This happens. That's how it works. So the antidote for this energy, whatever category of finances you fall into, and And typically, I'm just going to say this because it's reminding me of what I used to say when I worked for a bank. I worked for 2 different banks, and in both banks, this is how it was. In America, there's the rich, there's the poor, there's the poorer, the poorest, and then there's the homeless. That's how it is. So whichever category you fall into, I don't think I once, maybe twice, and I remember those people, okay, where their bank account was actually in the middle. They weren't rich, but they weren't poor. They were just in the middle. They had some savings. I think 2 people, maybe 1, tops, in the entire time I was there. So that's saying a lot. You know, from being behind the lines, the front lines, you know, you kind of get an inside idea of what really is going on in America, what's really going on in the United States, what's going on with people's money. Obviously, it can't be in, you know, I think people's money is really tied up in their bills. That's how it is. And so that's how I see it. So it's interesting because this is a real issue, I think in America, and the antidote to the miser, no matter how much money you have, whether you're the rich, you're the poor, you know, whatever, you're the homeless, you can still do the affirmations that you have abundance and be in the abundant mindset and be giving and loving to others, even if it's just in your head. That is important. Having the mindset of abundance is the most important thing, I feel like, for you, Scorpio, in the month of April. Well, I say at the end of April, okay? Now, you have this Knight of Wands card, which is really weird because, I mean, this could be you because he's wearing an armor here. You may have some Leo, Capricorn, Aries, Sagittarius in your chart, Scorpio. Or Capricorn as well. Some kind of Scorpio-Cap combination. This could be, I feel like it's you for Scorpio guys. This is you really not paying attention. I feel like you're really distracted by this either Cancer, Aquarius, another Scorpio female. It's interesting, we got the Scorpio-Scorpio combination coming up, or the Scorpio-Cancer coming up. And he is really distracted by you. This could even be like a Capricorn male or an Aries male that's distracted by you, okay? You're a distraction, Scorpio. You're sexy. So what can I say? And he's really wandering. He's kind of wandering, okay? He may be a little bit of a wanderer in the sense that he doesn't know where he's going. He's kind of just going, he's directionless. He's aggressive, he's overconfident, and he's like one of those people that's not paying attention to the potholes. You know what I mean? He's just driving over them and and then there goes the tires, there goes the axle. You know, it's that person. And when I lived on the other side of the mountains in the Seattle area, I would see this all the time, especially in Seattle, where there's a ton of, you know, really problematic roads, okay? And you see these people, and they're driving these amazing cars, and they're going over every single pothole, where I'm like, you know, going around them, driving very carefully and slowly, and they're like, they don't even see them. It's like they're not paying attention at all. This is you. You need to be very careful. And I will say this, and I told another one of the signs this, that you need to be careful when traveling towards the end of April. And I think this is because of the retrograde coming up in May. Personally, it also is just that you're not paying attention, and that you're, especially Scorpio guys, you're not paying attention, and you're not being very careful about what you're doing or where you're going. You're wandering. You may even be cheating, okay? Because, you know, the definition of wandering eye, what happens after somebody has a wandering eye? Well, they cheat. That's basically it. So I feel like that's potentially an issue. If it's another sign, that person also may be cheating with you, okay? There may be some element of cheating there. Not in every case, because this can just be someone who's just an aggressive, overconfident person, or there's a part of their personality that's like that, and they're just like a warrior. They're just kind of you know, to me, they're blundering through the forest, stepping over all the daisies, and they don't give a shit, you know? And then they see you, and they're like, whoa, 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 and their horse or their lion keeps going and steps into the booby trap. You like how I have all these crazy scenarios? Anyways, I think this is why you watch my videos. I'm pretty sure. Message me if it is. My crazy wandering through the forest guy who's in the middle of this jungle. The relationship jungle. The world is a jungle. And he falls into this death trap. Oh, booby trap. Oh, that's so funny. When I was a kid, I'll tell you, I mean, I'm still a tomboy. You know, I wear t-shirts and sports bras, and that's pretty much my thing. And you're lucky to catch me in a pair of pretty earrings, you know. But the thing is that I climbed trees, and I ran in the woods, and I had two brothers. And here's the thing. We would create booby traps. I know how to make a good booby trap, let me tell you. We did. I don't know why the hell we were making booby traps, but we practiced making booby traps in the woods all the time, okay? So you gotta watch out for kids making booby traps. I don't know who does that, but we sure did. It was fun. That's all I remember. So that's where it comes from, I think. Yeah. Okay, so... okay, so I'm getting distracted. So, in the position of emotions, you get the Hermit card. Now, you have, this is you have 3 major arcana cards here. And that's a lot. I think Capricorn got like 5. That's like a lot. But it means, Scorpio, you're getting taught some lessons. There's some major stuff happening. It doesn't feel like, because you have the Chariot, things are happening quickly, time is moving very fast. You need to watch out for time management, Scorpio. Even if you're a guy, still time manage, because you're blundering through the forest, about to, you know, getting distracted by the fair maiden who's skinny dipping in the little pool or their little stream, and then little do you know, you're going to end up in the booby trap, you know, that the Indians set for you, you know, the Indian kids that are about 6 years old. And I say Indians because I was an Indian kid, and that's how we saw ourselves. We were just wild Indians in the woods, you know. I don't know where this is coming from. So basically, yeah, you got to watch out because you've got a lot of things going on, and you're getting distracted. Okay, if you're a guy, I totally get it. Women are distracting. They are. They're beautiful and they're sexy, and they wear push-up bras. And what are you going to do? Right? So you get distracted. But at the same time, you still got to keep your head on straight. You know? You got to do it. So you got the Hermit card. Back to the Hermit card. And the Hermit card is either going into the cave or coming out of the cave. And Scorpios, I feel like, are the kings and queens of the cave. They know about the cave. Because to me, the cave is dark. It's deep. It's where they do best. Okay? Usually Scorpios, male and female, have a cave of some sort. Or a special place that they like to go that's kind of dark. Or it has like dim lighting, and Scorpios are all about candles and ambiance and just like that intensity that you have, that feeling, that romantic feeling. I mean, to me, that's Scorpios. So for you to get the cave, it feels like you kind of need to spend some time processing things. I feel like you're emotionally looking at the past. You're focused on the past. You know, guys especially are really focused on the past. Pretty much every single character in this spread is looking at the past. With the exception of the Ten of Cups, which to me are the lovers. They're only looking at each other. It's not the lovers, but they are lovers in the sense that they're wearing nothing and they're in bed sheets. So you're looking at the past. So it seems to me you need to process what's happened in the past. You need to kind of come to terms with it. this is, the Justice card is coming in from the outside. This is weighing things, going back and forth, making a decision about something. This is legal resolution. This is and you may have some Libra in your chart, because every time I see this, I feel like it's a Libra issue. Making up your mind, knowing that things are going to work out no matter what. Do I feel like it's going to work out with this relationship that's going on here? Chances are, right now, I would say no. Because what's blocking you is your attitude. In the position of attitude, you're waiting, and to me, this is waiting for a guy to come back, okay? Because you're looking out at these guys here. It could be just one guy. I feel like it's just one guy. Waiting for him, If you're a male Scorpio and you're watching this, maybe you broke up with someone, and, she's kind of heartbroken over it. And maybe you're still thinking about this girl, okay? Or she's waiting for you, male Scorpios, okay? But this Five of Cups, show you again, is blocking you from a positive outcome, which means you got to change your attitude. You've got to change your perspective. If you've been waiting for someone, you've got to go out there into the world and get what you want. You're being in that, a lot of water signs, they're very receptive. It's all about receiving, receptive, being on the defense part of the team, not the offense part of the team. So you got to play on the offense team in the game, go out, try to meet people, try to mingle, try to move on. The thing is I feel like you're not going to get anywhere by waiting for this person. It's not going to happen when you're waiting, okay? It's only going to happen when you change your attitude, that things could change, okay? And what would change would be potentially this is you having feelings, okay, for that person. And it's funny because these two cards came up also in Capricorn. So I feel like this could be a Capricorn guy. But it doesn't have to be a Capricorn guy. It could be you, Scorpio. It could be you, Scorpio. To me, the emotion, the feelings are still there. I think that's what really is coming through. It's not necessarily that you're going to end up together forever and it's going to be a happily ever after. I feel like it's possible for you to develop feelings for that person, but I feel like in more likely than not, it's just that you still have feelings. You still have feelings for them, and you need to get over those feelings, or you need to see where that goes. And I'm getting the universe, my guide is telling me, and you need to stop over-analyzing this relationship and really let it go. Because it's one of those things where, now it's interesting, in the Capricorn, I felt like it wasn't over, okay? But it's weird because in this Scorpio one, it feels like, because you have the miser here, so you have a yes card, and then you have a no card, and then you have a yes card, and then you have a no card. There's too many blocks for you, and not enough of it being, okay, happy outcome, okay? And it's two key positions, I would say, that you're blocked in from having this relationship. There's a clinging on to the past, which is also the miser, which is another aspect of it that I didn't say. It's clinging on to the past and not letting it go. And the Scorpio has a problem with that because Scorpio do not let it go. So there's a person in the past that you are not letting go of. And in order for it to work, you need to let it go, actually. In order for, I wouldn't say, in some cases it would work. But in other cases, I feel like there's too many obstacles for it to work. So I feel like you're the definition of insanity. You keep doing the same thing over again and expecting different results. You're hanging on to it. You're looking back at it. You're waiting for it to happen. And still, I feel like it's really not meant to be. Because you got the outcome of this card. And this card is a deceased loved one. This is God looking out for you. This is a very positive card. This is blessings from heaven. This is God is looking down on the situation and understands your pain and what you're going through. But at the same time, this is not the Lover's card. This is not the Two of Cups. This is not a new beginning. This is just to me, it's an end. I'm getting it's an ending. To me, because, you know, for God to show up, it's an ending. It's like God saying, okay, guys, the show is now over. You know what I'm saying? It's time to go home. I feel like you need to, my aunt would say, bring the curtain down on this relationship. I feel like you had something. You still feel something. But there's too many blocks. And I know somebody's going to say, well, what about the Capricorn video? Why did you say that the Capricorn video? Are you being prejudiced? And I'm saying, I don't see the outcome, and I'm showing you all the cards here, as being a romance card. And even in the Ace of Cups is also a financial card. So, and it ties in with the Miser card. In the Capricorns, in that Capricorn video I just did, there is essentially nothing blocking the outcome except for the Tower. And the Tower is the only thing. And the Tower doesn't, the Tower, if it's in a certain position, takes away everything that's existing and brings in the new. So, and it is ultimately a very hard obstacle to overcome. But if it's surrounded by all positive cards, it doesn't necessarily mean, like I said, devastation. It just means out with the old, cleaning out the closet, getting rid of things that are in your life that you don't need. Outmoded way of doing things. But the outcome is the seed of potential, which to me is pregnancy, which is to me is, this is for Capricorn. So I'm just making the comparison here. Why? And I'm doing this because, like I said, I get a lot of clients who compare my videos and then they say, well, you said this in one. But here's the thing, I'm channeling, and it's going to be different for each sign. And there's a difference between, in my deck, a romance card or a relationship card and a career card. And if you have more than one career card, that usually shows me you're not putting enough energy into a relationship. And typically, if you get the card, I think it's the Five of Cups. If you get the card that's the Five of Cups, typically you're not putting enough energy into making something new happen. You're just waiting for the old to come back, so you don't have to try. And the thing is in life, you need to go out there and get what you want. It's not always, now they say, what is yours is going to come to you. Yes, it does. But a lot of times, if you're sitting in a hole, in a cave, on the couch, it's not going to come to you. So you're going to have to go out there and get it. And all the analyzation in the world and all of the hopes and dreams and wishes in the world aren't going to make that ship sail. Or sail into the harbor. You know what I'm saying? So, to me, it's about being more focused on romance. That's what I would say. That's kind of how I see it. Now, I am going to pull a final card. And it's interesting, so many signs got this card. And I feel like the message is the Hanged Man. So that means you also have some major, you're learning some major lessons, Scorpio. And the Hanged Man is having inner strength as well as physical strength. And if you're going through all these tests or learning the lessons of these other major arcana cards, like processing the past, like the Hermit, taking the reins of your life and really going out there and trying to win and being in control of your life and your destiny. You're learning these lessons and making decisions and accepting that not everything is within your control, because there's a lot of karmic things that happen, including, that's what the Justice card is all about. It's all about karma. It's all about things that happen that wind up fair in the law of karma, in the cycle of life, and our soul journey. Okay, learning that lesson. The lesson of the Hanged Man is patience, is strength, it's calm, it's learning how to take care of your physical body. If you're mastering the lesson of spirituality, and the Fool on his journey, he needs to master his physical body. This is the mastery of the physical body. This is the mastery of learning to take care of your physical well-being, not just learning the lessons of the past and it all being up here or all in your emotions. It's physical too. It's a physical experience. So this lesson, I feel like the outcome, the focus for you in the next 2 weeks is going to be, the lesson is really on taking care of your physical body. Now, some of you may be saying, and I can hear it already, well, I exercise and I already work out at the gym twice a week, and or twice a day, and I already do all these things, and I take a lot of, and I am already really healthy. Here's the thing. I'm not attacking you and saying you're not healthy, okay? But there's a lesson to be learned in the Hanged Man. And the lesson is learning how to take better care of yourself and your physical health. You may feel good. You may, like I said, check all the boxes. But does that mean you're really healthy? Not necessarily. I had a client who asked me about nutrition. And it was very interesting that people really have a misconception about nutrition and health. Some people can have a really great diet, but have a very terrible sleep cycle. They don't sleep, right? And so they are up several times a night, or they, their physical body gets worn down. Somebody may drink a lot. Okay, Scorpios have tendencies for this because they're a water sign. All water signs have a tendency to drink, but then go out and run 5 miles every day and then write it off as, I'm very healthy, I take care of myself. But if you're drinking, 5 pints of alcohol, 5 pints of beer every other night, you're not taking care of yourself. So there are loopholes, Scorpio, in your health regime, whatever those loopholes are. And I want to hear what your loopholes are, because I feel like Scorpios, you can justify everything. Okay. So, you need to to me, it's mastery of this lesson, and it's going to be different for everyone. So I'm not going to sit here and say, Scorpio, you need to go out and run 5 miles every day, because it's not going to be applicable to everybody, and not everybody can run. Some people are in wheelchairs. Some people have disabilities. So health is going to really mean something different for everyone. But that's the lesson. And having, building up your inner strength as well as your physical strength in combination. Being determined and hanging in there no matter what. At the same time, you're physically well. That's a lesson. That's very tough to do. It's a balance. It's finding that balance. And asking for help. This is going to, specialists, talking to people, nutritionists, herbalists, naturopaths, people that maybe you wouldn't talk to before, maybe, only ever seen an MD and you don't know what a naturopath is. This would be something to explore, because the Hanged Man doesn't have to do it alone. You can get a personal trainer, you can get an acupuncturist. You can go to the chiropractor for the first time in your life. It's one of those things that you can do. So, do differently, okay? And I'm not saying, people get very sensitive. I'm not saying you're unhealthy. I'm not saying that you're not trying. I'm saying that you can always do better. You can always do more for yourself. So that would be my final comment for you guys. And I wish you all the best in the rest of April. Keep me posted on things. Feel free to email me, like I said, elizabetholson31@gmail.com for a private reading, and I will talk to you guys again soon. I send you big hugs, big kisses, my dear lammy puffs, and I will talk to you soon. Okay, take care.